I've been thinking about the paradox of perception. I read a quote somewhere which said, desire to be seen, but fear of being perceived. And probably spent way too much time thinking about it rather than actually doing something productive like an assignment or a project due. I think that we often find ourselves busy defining other people rather than asking them who they are. The dilemma lies in the constant struggle and the constant tension that I have with myself and the way that other people might perceive me. My fear is rooted in the thought that people start seeing me the way that I see myself, perceptions that I have, which then becomes magnified or like highlighted in a sense. Whenever someone makes a compliment or like a critique on me, I tend to just like pause, 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 pause. It's not acceptance or rejection of their words. I think that it is the shock that comes from listening to those words, right? The level of internal spiral that just happens. The one thing that I find myself do a lot more these days is just how I'm just impartial to a lot of things and how I just have this sort of like an ability to just sever whatever meaning or like just put no meaning into certain words and like that I receive from other people. But I think the point here is the fact that I replay, I dissect, and I just rethink about all the conversations and all the interactions that I have with other people around me. I replay them endlessly to the point where sometimes it could actually just disrupt my daily like routines and like my daily schedules. It just gets into my life. Whether I'm like reading or like studying or like doing assignments or projects or jogging or whatever, literally whatever activities that I'm doing in my life, I just find myself replaying those conversations and I just find myself having lingered forms of these thoughts that just exist somewhere in my mind or like somewhere in the back of my mind that just becomes front forward and center again for no beneficial or absolute reason. I often wish I could just ask people two very straightforward questions when I'm interacting with them. One, what do you want? What's the point of this interaction? Like, what do you seek out of this? Is there a level of ulterior motive that you have? Then the second question is just like, how can I make your life better through this interaction that I'm having with you? Like, are they seeking validation? Are they seeking a level of connection? Is this a bit for a connection? Friendship and advice, simply passing random thoughts that they invoked, random thoughts that they just create out of thin air and just passing it to me. Is my curiosity skepticism or a desire for clarity? Impartial to all of this, ironically, I frequently ask a lot of my friends or like the people around me, what way do they perceive me as a person? And I find it like a topic that I really just want to indulge in. But they often only happen on my terms. It is when I ask explicitly how they think about something of me. Like, how do they perceive me, right? I think that spontaneous feedback feels a lot more intrusive, and I'm not sure if that is a derivation of I'm just not able to live in the present moment. Solicited opinions just feel a lot more controlled and just feels a lot more safe. It's not about not appreciating those spontaneous feedback. I think I'm just talking about how much it just shocks me at the moment. It hit me. In life, you don't really have a choice for when people decide to express their thoughts. What's the takeaway? To be extremely present in the moment in which you get those feedbacks or those compliments or those critiques or any kind of comments or people expressing their thoughts to it is to just probably be saying, I don't know, thank you for sharing your opinions. I appreciate it. Or whatever that is more sincere coming from your heart, or explain how it hurts you. Or yeah. And just try and pray that you don't actually spiral over the most meaningless or the most meaningful conversations that I have with other people. And to just be present at any time. Perhaps that's the lesson, right? To just exist in the moment, to embrace the unpredictability that comes with perception, and to hope to find peace within that unpredictability. That's all I have. I don't really want to talk anymore. I'm tired of talking. I don't like talking. An inside joke that I have is just all roads lead back to perception. And a lot of the conclusions that I have when I'm having any levels of like existential crisis or any levels of like internal problems that I have is just a conclusion of all roads lead back to perception. And it's just about how I can be impartial to any levels of perception that I have, whether it be like on myself, like all the negative self perception that I have on myself, and trying to be impartial or trying to just coexist in symbiotic or whatever the relationship is in science with those thoughts and just overcoming them or like just embracing them as a whole, right? Like I don't, I'm just, I'm just a student. I don't know what I'm talking about. Before I leave and the unpredictable future events of me talking to a camera and then posting it online, I just want to do like four things. A song that I just want to just share, like a movie or book or a character afterwards, and talking a little bit about it. Then a random observation or like a random picture that I have in my camera roll. And lastly is just a quote that I've been thinking about to just sign off on the, like, like a food for thought or like whatever it is, right? The song that I wanted to share for this video is just What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish from the motion picture Barbie soundtrack or something along those lines. It's a great song and it's like one of my favorite songs in 2024. My years are blending in together, but it's still like one of my favorite songs, like a song that I keep very dear to my heart. Um, yeah, like I love the song. Go listen to it or don't. Up to you. Really. The movie for this video, and I'm really excited about this. It's probably like one of my favorite movies last year, 2025, is Superman, and I'm actually wearing. Yeah, it has quickly became like one of my favorite clothing that I own up until today. Right, third, it's just like the random picture in my camera roll. I was in my hometown like a week ago, for Christmas and for New Year's. I took this like on New Year. The one on the sofa, the one on the couch is Harry, and I noticed that I don't really take pictures of Harry, which is odd. And the one on the ground is like Oreo. He's fluffy. They both pick their names themselves, if I'm not mistaken. I don't really remember, but I remember Harry picking his own name. Like he would just go on we put like few pieces of paper and he would just tap on his own name, Harry, like Harry Styles. And it's great because it's Harry. The quote or like food for thought. I was thinking that it should be all roads lead back to perception, but with insurmountable grief and calamitous love, goodbye. Get out of here.